We learned today that more than 1 million women who have or had jobs at Wal-Mart will not be able to join forces to sue the retail giant for gender discrimination. The Supreme Court ruled today they don't have enough in common to qualify for a class action suit. It's a big, closely watched decision, and our chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford tells us what it'll mean.
The case got to the Supreme Court after Betty Dukes and 5 other female employees sued Wal-Mart, complaining the company was giving men more money and better promotions than women. They said they weren't alone. Their lawyers argued that Wal-Mart had a company-wide policy of discrimination and that every woman who worked at any Wal-Mart nationwide since 1998 should have to join with Dukes in a huge class action lawsuit.
Individually, we just don't have the resources to be up against some of the greatest corporations in America.
Today, the Supreme Court refused to go along, saying Wal-Mart's 1.5 million female employees held different jobs in 3,400 stores across 50 states, and that they had little in common but their sex and this lawsuit. In a decision by Justice Antonin Scalia, the court said there was no convincing proof Wal-Mart's policies, which give local managers discretion in some pay and promotions decisions, triggered widespread discrimination. The court's 4 liberals dissented from that part of the court's decision, which they said was too broad. Although they agreed to block the lawsuit, they would have given the women another chance to refile their claims. Wal-Mart's lead lawyer, Ted Boutros.
Wal-Mart's policy forbids discrimination. It supports diversity. That's what's always been so wrong and really so crazy about the plaintiff's theory in this case.
The decision means the women now will have to sue on their own, and Dukes is ready.
I don't see by any means that the war is over.
Now, this case, bottom line, is about money. On their own, these cases would have cost Wal-Mart a few $1,000s. But if the women had gone forward, Scott, as a group, that case could have cost billions.
So, Jan, does this change the way courts look at class action suits going forward?
Oh, it certainly will. This is a major decision. It sends a signal to the lower courts that they need to be much more skeptical when they're looking at these cases that bring together a whole bunch of people and trying to take on big corporate America. Obviously, these cases have been an effective tool because it's harder for the little guy to go up against the deep pockets and that's trying to defend some of these lawsuits. There's no question this case will have an impact on those cases going forward.
Thanks, Jan.